Okay, so here's one for the gamers. Akko have just sent me their 3061 SHE mechanical gaming keyboard, and I must say, I did feel a little out of my depth with this one because of all the customization options available to you. They have done really a great job in making it as simple to understand as possible. The Akko 3061 SHE is a small 60% mechanical gaming keyboard that's covered and built in pretty much plastic all of the way through to keep the weight down. It measures at 292 by 101 by 27 millimeters, though there are 2 feet on the bottom which really do raise the height from the desk to create quite a comfortable typing angle. Being all plastic, it is super lightweight, which in some ways is really shocking because of the noise profile that this keyboard can produce. But unfortunately, compared to other aluminium style keyboards I've seen lately, the cards are in the corner, by the way, to those. It does feel a little bit cheap, but don't really judge a book by its cover so far. Listen to this. It uses Kailh Secura pink magnetic switches, which is where this keyboard becomes interesting because of the level of customization that you can run through with this keyboard, because of those switches and even the Hall effect sensors, because of that tiny actuation point. It's a gaming focused keyboard through and through, there is no doubt about that at all, and it's really a budget option. It's currently going after that Wooting top spot, I think, and if you're someone who plays esports titles like Counter-Strike 2 and Valorant, or even MOBAs like Dota or League of Legends, then keep watching because this keyboard is definitely aimed at you lot. Now we'll go through it in a moment though, so keep watching. The keycaps feel alright. I've definitely seen and felt better, though they are using PBT shine through keycaps with a double shot process. They're just a bit rougher than I felt on some keyboards of late, but I suppose this does help with finger friction and grip. Now the switches are not hot swappable, but that's okay I think, because if you're buying this keyboard, you're really buying it for the experience that Akko can give you with this tiny keyboard and the esports titles. It uses a USB Type-C interface, which I've plugged straight into the back of my motherboard, and the advantage of this is the 8K polling rate that it can produce. So let's talk about the driver in a big way, because there are really a lot of settings here that really customize your experience with this keyboard, and I must say right now, this thing is a gamer's paradise. Now if you are new to custom keyboards, or even something like this Akko keyboard here, it might be pretty overwhelming. I must admit I was at first, but once I started getting my head around what everything meant, it was really extremely simple to get everything where I liked it. And actually Akko, I think, have done a great job with its software layout. The first menu you're greeted with is a key remap menu. This is simple enough. You choose which key you want to do which function. But where I think most of you are going to spend the majority of your time is in the custom actuation menu, where you can change your actuation settings for individual keys. This is very advantageous if you're playing quick games like Counter-Strike 2 or Valorant, where quick tap strafing becomes a regular occurrence. There are some presets to choose from, where I chose game mode that gave me an actuation of 0.5 millimeters on each key globally to activate, and an up of 2.0 millimeters. You can also set your press distance to trigger the key again, and then a release distance to reset that key. And as I said, this can all be done on a per key basis to really customize your experience. So for example, if you want everything globally at 0.5 millimeter actuation, you can then set your W, A, S and D keys to have a 0.1 millimeter actuation, because you're going to be using them all the time, and they're the most common used keys for playing first-person shooters like Counter-Strike, Valorant, Warzone, that kind of thing. So you can then very, very quickly use like that quick tap strafing that you see so often in those games. Now the menu underneath this is for your dynamic keystroke settings, which means up to 4 keys can have 4 different functions on them based on how far you press them down. You've also got toggle switching and mod tapping, where you can have 2 functions on 1 key based on whether it's tapped or held. So think, for example, crouch and prone on 1 key. Now I'm not sure if this is really a big thing for gaming, but please correct me in the comments if it is used a lot. You've also got some macro settings you can set up and some RGB settings, though the RGB on this keyboard is very dull, and to be honest, if you're after an all black sleek looking gaming setup, then I'd get it switched off. It doesn't really add much at all. You can also set your FN functions. Even though the keyboard isn't marked for FN functions, you can remember them, I suppose, but that really is a lot of FN keys to remember. Now Akko also have something called RAW mode, which I've never really come across with other keyboards I've looked at before. Maybe it's called something different on other drivers and software, not too sure, but it could be advantageous for gamers if you are looking for for a bit more input speed. Now, raw mode enhances your keyboard input speed by ensuring the fastest response from each key after activation. Now, this is only available on 4 keys, so I have mine set on WASD on my keyboard here, but if you're a MOBA player and League is your main title, then you may want your Q, W, E, and R keys for spells. This keyboard for gaming is absolutely ideal. It's a decent price, coming in at under £100, and the level of customization options here are some of the most in-depth that I have seen ever at this point. Maybe it's not for all types of gamers. If you're into something like Satisfactory, which is quite slow, then it's not going to matter whether you're quick strafing around. But if you're into your Warzone, your Counter-Strike 2, your League, your Valley, or any kind of esports titles, and have also been looking at an expensive Wooting keyboard, then definitely give this a try. It's literally a fraction of the price. Thank you very much for checking out my video review of the Akko 3061 SHE gaming keyboard. If you did enjoy this video, please hit that like button, subscribe to keep up with our latest tech and gaming videos, and also let us know in the comments below, is this something that you would have on your desk? Would you purchase this for under £100, and will it bring any advantage to your gaming? Let us know in the comments down below. As I say, thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.